He said I was his second choice, so I chose to leave first. Chapter 1. The words. He should have never said it was just a Tuesday night. Nothing unusual. We were brushing our teeth side by side, the way we had done 1,000 times. I asked him if he ever thought about what life would have been like if we hadn't met. He paused, spit, then said it. Honestly, you were never my first choice. But you've always been safe. Safe. That word echoed louder than anything else. Louder than all the I love yous. Louder than every promise we'd made about our future. I didn't reply. I didn't cry. I just nodded. And that was the exact second something inside me quietly shut off. I was Claire Monroe, 28 years old, high school literature teacher, lover of poetry, tea, and rainy days. And I had spent the last 5 years building a life with a man who saw me as his fallback plan. That night, I didn't argue. I didn't bring it up again. But something changed. I started paying attention, not to what he said, but to what he didn't. And what I discovered over the next few days was that silence holds more truth than words ever could. 5 years, and I still felt temporary. We were planning a wedding, or at least I thought we were. Every time I brought up venues or guest lists, Jacob would change the subject. Let's just enjoy being engaged, he'd say. But the ring on my finger started to feel heavier, not because of its weight, but because of the question it carried. Was I ever really what he wanted? He still talked to Rachel, his ex, the one he dated before me, the one he called a mistake, but still followed on Instagram. I saw the messages, short, friendly, too careful, like someone dancing at the edge of a fire they claimed they'd never light again. I asked once, months ago, "Do you still talk to her?" He replied, "We're just friends. Don't be insecure." So I stopped asking, but I started documenting. I made a private folder, screenshots, calendar logs, subtle signs, and every day I smiled. I kissed him goodbye in the morning. I cooked dinner at night. I looked like the picture of a fiancé in love, but inside I was building my escape, one careful step at a time. Her name was still in his drawer. It was a handwritten letter, folded old, tucked under tax documents in his desk drawer. You'll always be the one I think about, even if life takes us elsewhere. Rachel. I sat there staring at it for 10 minutes, not moving, not blinking, not breathing. He had told me he threw everything away, that she was a closed chapter, but this was a bookmark. I put the letter back exactly where I found it. Then I ordered a second phone, cheap, prepaid, used it to call venues and cancel our tentative reservations. I told them we changed our minds. I didn't leave my name. Later that night, he kissed my neck and said, "You're my future." And all I could think was, he still keeps his past in a drawer. I smiled while erasing our wedding plans. I had a spreadsheet, venues, caterers, dresses, playlists, all color-coded, all perfectly curated. One morning, while he was showering, I opened the file and started deleting line by line. The venue went first, then the photographer, then the dress boutique I'd been dreaming of since I was 17. Click, delete, smile. He came out of the bathroom and said, "You okay?" I said, "Just finalizing some things." And I was. That afternoon, I moved half my clothes to my sister's apartment, left the hangers empty, like a whisper he wouldn't hear until I was gone. I wasn't bitter. I was preparing. Love doesn't always end with shouting. Sometimes it ends with silence and a spreadsheet slowly disappearing. He thought I'd never leave. He had grown comfortable, too comfortable. He stopped saying goodnight, stopped noticing when I wore my hair differently, stopped caring when I cried at movies alone in bed. He thought I was permanent, that my love was an automatic refill, that no matter how little he gave, I'd stay full. But I was running on fumes. So I made a list of all the things I wouldn't miss. His cold coffee cups on the table, his half-hearted compliments, the way he looked at his phone when I spoke. That night, I lay next to him in bed and whispered to myself, "He doesn't know I'm already gone. and I slept better than I had in months. The goodbye. He didn't see coming. I didn't leave in a storm. I didn't pack in anger. I left on a Thursday morning, while he was still asleep, with the quiet dignity he never noticed I carried. A note on the kitchen table. No accusations. Just this. When someone tells you you're safe, not special, it's okay to walk away without warning. I didn't look back. I didn't check my phone. I didn't wonder what he'd say when he woke up. I just kept walking. Because closure doesn't always come with conversation. Sometimes it comes with silence and a key left on the counter. The apartment echoed without me. He called me 17 times in 2 days. He texted, "Claire, where are you? Can we talk?" Was it something I said? I didn't respond, but I read every word. Each one was an echo of a man who only noticed absence once it was too loud to ignore. My sister said, "You should block him." But I didn't. Because I wanted to see how long it would take for him to say what he never said when I was there. I was wrong. He never did. So I changed my number. And for the first time in years, my phone was quiet. It felt like peace. He said it was a mistake. I called it my freedom. A month later, he emailed, "I made a mistake. I thought I needed excitement. But what I needed was you. Please come home." I didn't reply, because I wasn't his home. I was his safety net. And I'd finally cut the ropes. I read the email once more, then archived it. Not deleted, just saved. As a reminder. That I didn't leave because I was bitter. I left because I deserved better. He wanted closure. I gave him silence. He messaged my sister, my coworker, even my landlord. Tell her I just need to talk. But I had nothing left to say. Silence isn't cold, it's complete. I wrote my final note in the journal I'd kept since the beginning. Day 83, he still doesn't know what he lost. But I know what I found. Myself. Closure wasn't his to request, it was mine to keep. She was his first choice, but I was my own. I saw them once, him and Rachel, walking in the park, laughing. She held his hand like she never let go. I didn't look away. I didn't feel envy. I felt gratitude. Because if he hadn't chosen her first, I might have never chosen myself at all. That night, I lit a candle in my new apartment, wrote the final line of my journal. I am not his second choice. I am my own first.